Hey, good afternoon. I wanted to spend a few minutes today trying to wrap our heads around the concept of making effort to avoid effort. Think about that for a minute. What are the things that you do in your life, or who do you know that takes extraordinary efforts to do something different, to make an effort, to create a process where they are avoiding something else that they don't want to do? You do it, I do it, we all do it. It's part of being human. But I wonder if we were to quantify or try to imagine how much effort that is, if you would be surprised. There are so many things that we do. Ask your teenager or your small child about cleaning up their room, or putting away the dishes, or folding the laundry, or cleaning the bathroom, and helping with chores around the house, or even you as an adult that create some other task to do in order to avoid a task that will still be there when you get done avoiding it. And those are just external things, little things that we have. We have businesses, we have governments, we have institutions and organizations that build whole processes around circumventing a conflict, or circumventing someone who is unable to do their job the way that it needs to be done, and we create effort, some new process that everyone has to follow in order to avoid dealing with a smaller issue that could be dealt with in a more direct way and have a positive response for everyone. Right now, I'm hoping that you can think of at least one of those examples at work, at home, in the organization that you volunteer with. What's the price that that entity, that organization pays in order to avoid that effort? And what are the long-term prices of when it's finally time to deal with that after avoiding it, the cost is even higher? It's interesting that we can take this conversation and think of it in terms of small little bits, but there are consulting firms and there are government agencies that try to actually put a monetary value to how much effort we put into avoiding other effort. And everyone ends up paying for that in the end. So my challenge to you this week is to take some time to think about, where is it that you are creating things that didn't exist before in order to avoid something that you don't want to deal with right now. It could be very simple. It could be as simple as staying on social media for an extended period of time. I opened up my phone and suddenly it was an hour and a half later because I didn't want to have to do homework, or I did not want to have to do this chore. How cluttered is the basement? And how long have you been avoiding it? What would the potential be if you were to address that and take care of it? Or what relationship, both externally and internally, have you been avoiding dealing with in terms of some sadness, some grief, or some forgiveness that needs to be given in order to resolve the situation? Take some time this week and think about it. Try to identify where you're creating these workarounds, these unnecessary efforts in order to avoid a problem. My challenge to you is to try to address one of them in a simple way and see what happens. There's a benefit to taking the more direct route. I'm John Rhoads, and I hope that you're able to find purpose and meaning in your day today.